The reality is this: you do not have to get hit on every second of every day. You do not also have to attract the exact type of man you want, but you should at least be attracting men, especially when this is your desire and you are working towards making that happen. So if it is not happening at all, there's a problem. And in this video, I am going to share some reasons why that could be happening so you can start working on them. Hello elegant ladies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ayanime, and if this is your first time, take a moment and click on the subscribe button. But if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for being a part of this growing community. So ladies, I got the idea to create this video when I had a Q&A session on my Instagram story a couple of weeks ago. By the way, if you are not following me on Instagram, you need to, because there's so much to learn on Instagram also. So one of the ladies sent a message that she hasn't been attracting men and wanted to know if that was a problem, and I told her yes, that's a problem. The first reason that you may not be attracting men is that you have not leveled up your appearance. There is something in image management called ABC. Guess what A is for? A is for appearance. Your appearance is absolutely important. I cannot stress this enough. I think I say this on this channel every 2 weeks, okay? The reality is that when somebody sees you, they don't know you. They don't know that you are this wonderful creature, this being that if they don't get to know, they are going to miss out on something amazing. They don't know that. What communicates that to them, or what makes you attractive to people, is your appearance first, and that has to communicate the essence of you. We are a vain people. We like well-dressed people. We are attracted to them. We like looking at them. We want to get to know them. We treat them better. Yes, we do. That's the reality. It is simple human psychology. So taking care of your appearance is crucial. You cannot ignore your appearance. You cannot have this mindset of take me as I am. That will not work. I have a friend who called me and was talking to me about the fact that some of the women in his church are not dressing so well, they are not taking care of themselves, and these women keep complaining about why they cannot attract men. He says he knows why they are not able to attract men, but he doesn't want to tell them that. He would like me to sit down and have a conversation with them. That's a guy that did that. I cannot stress this enough. Men are attracted to well-dressed, well-put-together women. That's just the way it is. Personally, I started attracting men when I started taking care of my appearance. Before now, I was that girl that you had to get to know to like, but it was always so difficult for me to walk into a place like a social setting and attract men because I wasn't taking care of my appearance. Now, if I walk into a place, it's like, oh my God. Ladies, if you are hoping to attract a high-value man, then the question you need to ask yourself should be, what type of woman would this man be attracted to? And then you reverse engineer it from there. When you ask that question, you will realize that your appearance is key. You cannot dress shabbily with unkempt hair, terrible grooming, unflattering clothes, your makeup badly applied, your carriage zero, self-confidence zero, walk into a place and then you're suddenly surprised that no man is coming towards you to talk to you. Okay, let me ask you this. If a shabbily dressed man approached you right now, would you give him your attention? Of course not. You will not. You will look at him and you will be like, not today, Satan. Nope, not today. So what makes you feel that that cannot happen to you also? So take care of yourself. Take care of your appearance. Be the type of woman who takes pride in looking her absolute best. I have tons of videos on this, from how to look elegant on a budget, committing to your appearance, looking elegant in thrift, looking elegant at home, wardrobe essentials that you should have. So much. And if that is not enough to help you kickstart your style journey, I also have a course on this. This is a course that women from over 30 countries, yes, you heard that right, have taken, and there have been no regrets. I am going to leave the link in the description. Once you click on that link and you get to the registration page, you are able to see the entire course content before registering. That way you get to see all the yummy value that you are in for. It also comes with tons of bonuses like a wardrobe checklist, elegance checklist, color palette, fabric list, beauty routine calendar, and so much more. This is a course that you will not regret taking. The second reason that you are not attracting men is that you have a resting B face. If you don't know what B stands for, I'm going to leave it in the video so you get to see what I mean. And before you tell me that this is just another way of us policing women, I want you to think again. This is coming from a woman who, until she started this journey, this was her default face. Mine was so bad that a former neighbor, a woman, approached me to ask me why I was always frowning. That is everything okay? Am I doing alright? It was that bad. I would look so unapproachable. I would frown for no reason at all. Do you honestly think that it is easy for men to approach women? Think again, because I have spoken to some of my male friends and they tell me, Anime, listen, I've approached women a number of times, but every time I have to do it all over again, I feel nervous. So it is not easy for them. Don't make it harder by carrying this mean mug, this mean face with a condescending aura. Your energy is so heavy that one can literally see the do not approach, do not enter, or an access denied sign stamped on you. I understand that you may not even be doing this consciously, because what I found out is that all the times that I was unapproachable, it wasn't because I wanted to be unapproachable. I was deeply dissatisfied with my life, deeply unhappy, and I was carrying all that around inside, not knowing that it was showing outside. If you have ever been called unapproachable, the first physical sign is that you will have a tension headache right here because you are always frowning. That's the very first sign. Here will be so tight. The second physical sign is that your body is tightly wound. You carry yourself so tightly, tensely, and defensively. So much that if I tell you to consciously relax your body, that is when you will realize the amount of tension you have been carrying around. I know all these things because this was me. I have a tip that is going to help you develop a more open body language, a more approachable aura, and this also works for your overall energy. For me to share this tip with you, I have to share my personal experience with you. So after I realized that I was unapproachable, I decided to do something about it. One of the most clear experiences that tells me this tip I'm about to share with you works is when I went for a buffet breakfast. And I went alone, by the way. So at that breakfast, I decided to people watch. But not people watch in a way where I'm looking for flaws and things to judge people about. No, I was people watching and looking for one thing to admire about that person. So I am seated at my table and I started people watching. The first person that came to my attention was a toddler. Very troublesome toddler. He was running away, the dad was chasing him, and it was just so funny. And I was looking at them and I was just laughing. That showed on my face. The second table that I noticed had two ladies and two men on it. And the ladies, they had this very nice accent, I think South African. At some point, I remember closing my eyes and listening to them. And I was like, wow, that's such a beautiful accent. That relaxed my body, made my face open, sent off an approachable energy to people. The third table I noticed had a group of colleagues and they were arguing, about work and all of that. And I was just looking at them. I could relate to, arguing and trying to get your point across. I didn't even realize when a man approached me and he was like, "You look so beautiful. You look so at peace. What's your name? May I join you?" And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Can it be that easy? And I've done this a number of times and I tell you, It works. It really does. So when next you find yourself in public, watch people, but look for something that you genuinely like about them and admire that thing. This works better than just looking at a man from across the room and smiling or smizing. That's where you smile without your teeth showing, because you are genuinely admiring something about that person. If that man approaches you and says, "You've been staring at me," or whatever line he starts to open with, you can genuinely say, "Oh, don't mind me. I was just admiring your shoes," or "I was just admiring your outfit," or "I was admiring your watch or your belt," or something. Ladies, this tip works. So try it out, and when it works for you, because I know it will, come back and leave a comment on this video. The third reason that you are not attracting men is that you do not go out. Try online dating. Nope. Okay, go out. No, I am an introvert. I don't want to hear any of that. I don't want to hear I am an introvert or I have social anxiety, because nobody has ever had a different result doing the same thing over and over and over. You need to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You need to force yourself to go out and meet people and talk to people. Or have you not yet realized that the only man who will come to your home uninvited is an armed robber? That's the only person that will come to your home uninvited. This, of course, doesn't mean that you should just go out to anywhere and everywhere. No, you have to be intentional about where you go to. You have to go to places where there's a form of community, sort of networking, so that you have the opportunity to interact with people. You can follow all Lagos Weekender, Eventbrite if you are not in Lagos, to know events that are coming up in your city. On Eventbrite, you can actually find events that suit you, from art exhibitions to conferences to fashion shows, different events. Look for one that suits you and go for it. I have a very practical video on this channel on where to meet rich men. Yes, that's what the video is about, but the great thing about that video is that I share with you a practical list of places that you can go to. So on that note, make sure that you create a list of places and force yourself to go there. My social life before now was really, really bad. I am actively working on it now, because every time I go out, I meet new people, I interact with them, I'm growing my network, I am learning new things, I have access to certain things that I need through those people, and that has made me realize how vital having a social life is. You cannot attract men if your life is work, home, church, work, home, church. Who does that? Force yourself and go out. Even if you have to do it by yourself, do it by yourself. It may feel uncomfortable the first few times, but guess what? You get used to it, and you are in essence developing your networking skills. And I'll leave a card to the video that I just talked about right here so that you can watch that video. Tip number 2, which is how to not have a resting bee face, will help you utilize tip number 3 properly. So go out. There's nothing happening at home. Go out, okay? Reason number 4 is that you keep acting like one of the boys. Ladies, acting like one of the boys will get you a lot of male friends. But the bad thing about this is that they will see you as one of them and not as a romantic interest. There are so many ways that this can happen. It can be in your carriage, your tomboy dress sense. It is in the way you interact with men, where you say things like, oh boy, how far now? Na me now, you did. Huh? It is in your energy. It is in you being combative, competitive. It can also be in you cursing the most, using the most slang, and just acting like you were a man when you are not. How will they see you as a feminine, sensual woman? You have to sit back and operate in your feminine energy. Let them know through your actions, through your body language, through your choice of words, that you are a woman. You are not one of them. This is crucial if one of those men you are spending time with is someone you like and you want him to notice you. He has to see you as a woman that he can easily become attracted to, not someone he can look at and say, now my guy be that. I mean, you're a lady, but he's telling somebody, now my guy, now my G be that. No. Do not let that be you. Your feminine energy has to be on point. He has to be reminded that you are a woman through and through. Ladies, I am about to jump into number 5, but before I do that, I would love you to take a moment to click on the subscribe button, because on this channel, you become a refined version of you, one video at a time. Also, click on the like button, share this video with somebody who is going to find it valuable. When you do all of these things, you are making this channel visible to ladies such as yourself. Now, number 5. Number 5 is different and a bit unexpected, I'm sure. And number 5 is when you are too prim and proper. Sounds weird, right? I know, but there are women who have taken this elegance journey, refinement journey to the very extreme. This is where you become very rigid and you have rules for everything. If the man doesn't do XYZ, no. If he doesn't act this way, no. If he does not approach you in a way that you have already imagined in your head, no. Ladies, this is a very unattractive trait. If you have read The Art of Seduction, you would know that trying to make everybody around you conform to your standards, trying to force them to be like you, act like you, criticizing them, trying to force rules on them makes people stay away from you. It repels people. The essence of becoming an elegant woman is so that you can carry yourself with class, present yourself with grace, and conduct yourself properly. It is not about you changing your core personality, where if you were somebody who laughed easily, you suddenly have this picture in your head that elegant women don't laugh. So you become this very serious and rigid, like a straight ruler kind of person. Not at all. I am a goofy person. I am silly. I like to laugh. And there is no amount of elegance that can change that. If you follow me on Instagram, you know this already. None of that is going anywhere soon, because that is my personality. That is what attracts people to me. Presentation is one thing. Personality is a different thing. So be prim and proper, but don't take it to the very extreme where you act stuffy and you have your nose up in the air and you're looking down at us mere human beings. Don't do that. And finally, number 6. Number 6 is the spiritual factor. We are believers, we are Christian women, and we are not ignorant of what the devil can do and undo. The reality is that you can do everything that I am asking you to do in this video and still not get results. Because the problem is not physical, the problem is spiritual. So if you find out that you're doing everything that is expected of you and you're not getting the results that you desire, you have to then take it to the throne of mercy. You have to invite God into it. I have a personal experience with this, a personal encounter with this, and I don't know if I want to share it or not. Oh, Holy Spirit, do I not? Okay, I will, because this can minister to somebody. So I realized that I wasn't attracting men into my life. See this video? Most of my videos, they come from a place of experience. Anyways, I wasn't attracting men into my life. It was like all my life was just about work. Even when I go out, I wouldn't attract people. And I was doing all the things in this video that I'm talking to you about, and nothing. Then I fasted and I prayed. I remember that a few days after the fasting, I was in my room. You know that morning dream where you are half awake, half asleep, like a trance? Yeah, it was like that. And I remember I was on my bed sleeping. I was like this on my bed, I remember. And I started hearing voices, male voices, at the head of my bed, right? And they were talking. They were assessing me. One of them said, look at her flat stomach. That's why I wore this today, because I was like, Do I share the story or not? So one of them said, look at her flat stomach that people are paying money to get. The other one said, look at her, she's so beautiful. Look at how peaceful she looks. Look at this, look at that. You know, they were assessing me, they touched me, but not in a way that made me feel defiled, not at all. Like assessing me and making sure that I am okay. I remember, this is so weird. I remember one of them perceiving my armpit, and another one asked, is she smelling? Don't say, no, there's something wrong with her. She's smelling so nice. She smells so good. Sounds weird, right? I'm telling you. My encounters, my braces are acting up. Sorry, ladies, I had to take care of my braces. It sounds weird, I know, but this is how some of my encounters are, because prior to that, I had a dream where I wasn't smelling very good. People around me were running away from me. So that was what prompted me fasting and praying. And one of them placed a kiss on my lips, like a seal of approval. Because one thing I've come to understand about dreams is before you are quick to interpret a dream, first process how that dream made you feel. So one of them placed a kiss on my lips and they left. I woke up with my hand on with my fingers rather on my lips like this. And I woke up smiling, and since that day, I'm attracting new ones. The old people that have forgotten me, it's like invite God into this situation. Tell him, Father, you have all the power. That is what my Bible tells me, that all power has been given to you. So any force standing in my way, manipulating things in such a way that when men see me, they don't see me, they see something else. Every foul smell that I am giving off that repels people from me, I plead the blood of Jesus over it, and I decree that I am cleansed and I am made whole. Remind him of his word. It is written that no weapon fashioned against you shall prosper, and let the glory and light of God shine upon you so much that when you go out, you become the preferred, you become most attractive, the desired, the loved, the ones that people want to get to know. Tell God to change your entire aura and energy, that it should emit lightness and not heaviness, and that it should make you a light. He has the power to do that. What I just shared with you right now is something that you can use as a prayer. So do not hesitate to write it down, pause the video, write it down, and then pray that prayer for yourself. That's it, ladies. That's it for today's video. I would love to hear your thoughts. Share them with me in the comment section. I look forward to reading them. In the next video, which comes up in just a few days, I will be sharing with you 10 ways that you can stay elegant while traveling. Yes, December is around the corner. A lot of people will be traveling home. Some will be going out of the country, and you have to stay elegant. So do subscribe to the channel, turn on post notification so that you do not miss that video at all. As always, ladies, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in that video. Bye.